It is still by a master of the copywriting. Now, just kidding. I love Steve, but I found out just something that is kind of interesting to share with all of you. I love you, Steve. I still do, and I don't think that is something anything bad here. It's just that yeah, that's me, I'm Steve. That is something that I wanted to share to the world. I don't know to speak of something. So here we go. So back in the time, I was speaking with my father. That we were talking about old TV shows, and he said to me that he watched Kung Fu. Kung Fu is a TV show made in 1972. So I listened to the theme. I didn't know what it was. It sounded familiar. I started to sing. Ba, 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 da, ba, 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 boom, boom, boom. And it sounded familiar, and it came it came up to my mind that it was Steve Vai for the Love of God. Okay, so it was kind of interesting. So I threw it back in the days, like 4 years from now. Back in the, I wanted to make this video and I started to put things together. But till today, in Steve's birthday, I made this video. Okay, so I put everything together. I analyzed everything. So I'm gonna show you something to watch for. So here we go. Both teams. Now in the same key, in the same key. So that it is whatever you want to call it. It's kind of similar, but that is all. There is nothing else to share here because everything every little thing develops in a different way in the team of Kung Fu and Steve Vai. So it's kind of different everything else. So the team is what is similar. Okay, now I'm gonna play on the guitar. For the first time, I'm gonna play Kung Fu Team on the backing track of For the Love of God. Okay, and then I'm gonna play the in the way of that Steve plays. Okay, so we gotta have the same comparison in the same place. I don't know if you got it. Let's. That is what it is. And there's something else. It's kind of sounds familiar if you didn't know this. I'm gonna share with you how I transcribed everything so we can analyze it together. So basically, what I'll play the first time was this theme, okay, without the first part of the Steve theme. So in the Kung Fu version, okay, just this part repeats just repeats in that time, okay, and then it developed the second part like this part. Okay, that is this. No, it doesn't repeat the theme again, but Steve instead it start. The theme of Steve starts one octave below. Okay. what the most important thing that I wanted to share with you, that it's the very first, the most important note here to come up with is this note, the B, that is the fifth interval, that also shared with the theme of Confucius, kind of the same thing. Then it developed different because Steve holds the note, and here it makes this melody, and then he can develop it in the same way. We start from the same note, but he make a jump of the third here. It's kind of faster. Then, but here is like make a tone of different, like. But I wanted to share this. It's kind of hard to me speaking English, all this stuff. So then here it's a ninth, because here it's a ninth because he used this grade here. Here he make a modular interchange. I don't know how to say it in English. So he plays the second grade on a Frisian scale of E minor. Okay, but he add these notes. Then there is some kind of familiar, but here is the 13, but here is the 9th, okay, when he plays in the second round of the repeating the theme. So that's kind of similar because it goes to the 9th, here is the same thing, and the end is the same. It's the same thing, but in different tonality. That is what is similar, it's just the theme, okay? The Steve does it is similar, he repeats it like 3 times, and then he develops something kind of similar here, what I found out, but it's not similar at the end of the Demon Kung Fu. He repeats the end, like, see all these spikes, these blue spikes, 1, 2, 3, and the ends, then here we have the same thing, 1, 2, 3, but it's the end, and it's not familiar, because Steve does... It's kind of similar the way it develops at the end of the theme, but it's not similar because Steve uses more time to explain himself, to say here's the theme, have it, enjoy it, and the Kung Fu theme is like, hey, here you go one time, then I finished it, I repeated it again. So that it is. If you want to check it out, all the full score, hit this, take a caption, or ask it from me on Instagram. But then, what also we can share is that I know the first one in looking now, finding these similarities. There is a forum on the Steve Vai. You can find, if you find the real composer of the theme in 1972 for the Kung Fu, that is Jim Helms. Jim Helms died in October in 1991. That the Steve Jazz for the Lava Cup came out in, I don't know, it was in the 90s, in the beginning of the 90s. So they have some time together there, but I don't know. And it doesn't mention Steve and Jim anywhere close. If you look for if you search for Jim Helms, Steve Vai, you will find Steve Vai forum, okay? And there is a lot of data there, but I wanted to share it with you, all these things that I know, that I found kind of interesting. Sorry to make this version in English kind of hard in speaking all of these terms on music in English for me. So I don't know, if you like it, share it, like, hate. But I don't know, it's kind of similar. It has something very close to each other's themes, but it developed different. I mean, I like more the Steve's version. But what do you think? Let's bring this up. And I think that if we find like deeper, we will find some Oriental songs that maybe kind of the same melody, because the chords are I don't know, the chords are easy chords. The one and the fourth chord. A lot of songs has that, and the melody is there's plenty of pentatonic everywhere, so we can find a lot of data and background, but I don't know, it's kind of interesting what how it all develops, and I don't know. I left you in the description all the links of the forum of Jim Helms, the Confudium, Steve Vai, Passion and Warfare version. It's kind of interesting, but there is nothing much to say. I mean, I don't know. So that is all, people. That is all what it is. This nothing else. So I hope you like the video. Sorry, Steve Vai. I don't know. For me, it's different. I don't know. I don't care about copying and everything, but it's an interesting thing to share. So, see you, people. See you around. See you in a few moments.